Hey guys, welcome back to the Crazy Cozy Corner. I'm Brianna, and no, we're not in a corner, but we are about to get cozy because we are about to do a 24-hour read. Is it going to be consecutive? No, because I have a nesting party to go to, which is helping like a pregnant woman get stuff together before baby comes. So I will be doing that tomorrow for a little bit, but I will pause the timer for that and then come back and read. I might take naps too. We'll see. I'm not confident in me staying up 24 hours, but we'll see. But I do have a friend, but she doesn't want to be on camera, so she may be a disembodied voice. She might not talk at all. That's fine. But yeah. But there's a few books that I'm trying to choose from. I went to the library and I got 6 books, but I also pulled some off my shelf. And honestly, I'm probably going to read the ones off my shelf, but I'm going to tell you the ones that I did, I'm thinking about reading. And we'll see how many I actually get through, because I'm a little ambitious, and I think I might finish one book, honestly. But I got The Knife of Never Letting Go. I was influenced by BookTube. I can't remember the YouTuber right now, but she said this was like one of her all-time favorites, and it was not super hyped, so I'm excited to maybe get into that. I got Firefly Lane because I got on a Facebook group and I said, hey, my best friend just moved. What's a book that like gives long-distance besties like hope? And they said this one by Kristen Hanna, which I love Kristen Hanna, so we'll see. I got The Burning Sky. I haven't mentioned, okay, you can't tell. Looks interesting. I got A Game of Thrones, but we'll see if I can get into this, because it's a thick book. And then I got the second book in the Raven Boy series, The Dream Cycle, right? No, The Dream Thieves. And then I grabbed Eldest, which is the second book in the Aragon series. And those are the library books that I got. The ones off my shelf are, you're probably not going to see 2 of them because they're right behind the camera and holding it up. But there's Hunting Prince Dracula. There's Opposition, which is the 5th and kind of final book in the Lux series. And then Midnight Sun, The Midnight Library, The 18th Abduction, The Forgotten Names, The Watchmaker's Daughter, The Tattooist of Auschwitz, Shiver, One Dark Window, and Assistant to the Villain. So at first I was really struggling to figure out what book I wanted to start with, but I really think that I want to start with one that I actually might finish. And so I'm going to start with The Midnight Library, and then I'm going to go for fall vibes, so I'm probably thinking Hunting Prince Dracula or Midnight Sun. So we'll see. I will do some check-ins, and when I do start, I will show you. Okay, so I am 200 pages into the book and about 2.5 hours into the read, and this has been a depressing book, but it's good. It's about the choices you make and the friends you make along the way. But so far, it's good. Okay, so I'm 3.5 hours in, and I finished The Midnight Library. 4 stars, for sure. And now on to One Dark Window. I'm getting a little delirious because it is 1 in the morning, but I will survive. Maybe. 8 hours in, and I just finished One Dark Window. Okay, 16 hours left, and I've definitely hit a slump. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lay down for an hour and then go to the nesting party and then start anew, hopefully later. But like I don't want to read anymore. I finished 2 books and I'm like hitting a wall. But I think I'm gonna start again Midnight Sun. I got about let's see, 100 and something pages, 160 pages in, and I thought Edward was super creepy, so I didn't finish it. So we're gonna start this again and hope that maybe he doesn't seem as creepy this time, or maybe I'm just gonna be in the mood for it because, like I said, hoa hoa weather. Or at least I'm trying to believe that the hoa hoa weather will join us. Okay, so I still have 13 hours, and honestly, might sleep through the night and just finish it tomorrow because I've already slept so much through this that it's not really technically a full 24 hours, but I value my health a little bit more than proving to myself that I could stay up 24 hours and do this. But I'm at page 139 in Midnight Sun. Have I been saying that right? Yeah, okay, Midnight Sun. And I'm about 30-ish, actually 20 pages from where I first DNF'd the book. And I'm happy to report that I don't hate it as much this time. I think it was just the wrong time last time. And this time I went into it knowing Edward was going to be... So, well, that was a high jump. My Yorkie just about made it on top of my bed. But, anyways, I knew he was going to be creepy, but some things that I thought happened actually didn't. So, it's a little bit better, like when, spoiler warning, when Alice is like, these are the only futures you have. I thought he knew, like, if he left, she would go into the depressive episodes, but that's not entirely true yet. I don't, like, eventually he would know, right? But, like, it was either she was dead or a vampire. And so, it's not the best, but it's definitely better than what I remembered. And so, is it taking me forever to read? Yes. It is almost a 700-page book, but I think I'll at least be able to get 3/4 of the way, maybe even finish the book before my hours are up, so we shall see. Okay, I have 5 hours left, give or take, and I have about 120 pages left in Midnight Sun. Now, earlier I said I was wrong about some things, but turns out I was right, but I just hadn't read it that far yet. So, like, how he knew that she'd be super depressed, like, he did end up finding out, but it wasn't like he knew before they fell in love. So it makes it a little bit better. But he's not winning any awards because I'm not the same jaded child I was when I first read the series, but hoping to get it finished and maybe start another book before the end of this 24-hour challenge, even though it's been way over 24 hours for me. Day 4. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yeah, Monday. Day 4 will be coming soon. So, yeah. With 3 hours and 30 minutes left, I have finished Midnight Sun, and it makes me so mad. So, it's just Edward. I think I've expressed my opinion on him enough. Like, the whole Twilight series is just a bunch of toxic, or at least the love triangle with, like, Jacob and Edward. It's just, both of them are super toxic towards her, but she's also super toxic. They just are just a whole cauldron of toxicity. And, like, it's because they're children. Well, most of them. And one's stuck at being a child for the rest of his life because he got turned at 17. But it's just like, it makes me mad that he, one, was just so willing to keep her human. Okay, I know his reasonings, hear me out, but he did not think to explain his reasonings to her or, like, talk to her and consider what she wanted because he was being selfish. Like, I think he even acknowledges his being selfish, or in other parts he realizes he's being selfish, but I don't think thinks he's being selfish. Please go away. I don't think he realizes how selfish he's being in that. And, like, but if you're not even gonna listen to something that your partner is asking you, and you're automatically shutting them down without explaining your reasonings why, because, like, in a relationship, like, I know they're not adults, but like they're old enough to have conversations about why they're doing what they're doing and at least understanding. I got cut off by an alarm, but like at least he could have told Bella, and whether she liked it or not, like at least she understood. And like, obviously by the end of the series he gets his foot from out of his mouth and butt, but it's just, did I enjoy the book? Yeah, it was cool seeing it from his perspective. Would it be cool to see the rest of the series? Maybe. I don't think I really enjoy New Moon, like that from his perspective, because I would just be thinking about punching him the entire time. But yeah, I hope she doesn't. We'll see what Stephanie does. In her note, she's like, this book was the bane of her existence or something like that. So I don't think any more will be coming. But it'd be cool to see Rotisserie Chicken doing like in her future, because then you'd still see Edward and Bella a little bit, but you'd also like get a different perspective on being half human, half vampire, and being imprinted on by a werewolf. It's weird. I think everybody kind of agrees that it's weird. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go find another book to at least start and see where we go from there. Okay, so I decided that instead of choosing any of the books that I had originally pulled out, that because I read Midnight Sun, I kind of want to read the rest of the series, which sparked a new video idea. So there might be some redundant stuff happening, but yeah, so hopefully we'll get maybe halfway, a quarter to halfway through before the end of my time. We'll see. Okay, I'm aware that it's bad lighting, and also I gotta apologize. I have my retainer in, so hopefully I'm clear. But something that I've just been thinking about is that Edward, at least on page, never seems to care about Bella's opinion or what she wants. Like forcing her to go to prom, not considering that she wants to be a vampire legitimately. Like there's just a lot that he's like forcing on her. Made me angry. Okay, yes, he's animalistic or whatever, but she's trying to give a good idea in Twilight and Midnight Sun at the end, where she's trying to get away from James, and he's like, no, I'm not listening to you. Blah, blah, blah. Like, listen, obviously he doesn't see her as an equal, and that's not a good relationship. And then I get even, I hope I don't look charged, but I feel charged, okay? So I don't like when someone says they're gonna do something and then doesn't follow through with it immediately or soon. So Edward had made up his mind. He was gonna leave Bella. I'm shaking with it. He was gonna leave Bella, but he stayed with her for months while he decided this. Like, what good did it do? And so, like, obviously his follow-through is not great, and that really bothers me in people. Is like, don't tell me you're gonna do something and then not do it, or don't have that thought and like communicate that to me as a reader and don't do it, like, and not do it. Because if you're not doing it, like, it just makes me upset for Bella. Like, she was having a good time thinking she was gonna spend forever with you, and you're over here like, ugh, I'm a monster. Like, okay, if you're a monster and you don't deserve love, then leave Bella alone. Like, and then we won't even get started on Jacob. Like, I like him first and half of the second book, and then after that, there's no one that I really like in the series that has like a main plot. You know, I can like some of the Cullens or whatever, or like Seth or Leah, but like, anyways, that was what was bothering me right now. Reading New Moon, and like as I marinated in Midnight Sun and having Edward's point of view, I was like, I'm gonna punch you in the face, dude. Really? Like, as a reader, I'm angry with him, because I'm like, just do it then. Like, That's an eclipse though, right? Yeah, in eclipse there's something that happens with Jacob. I'm like, do it. Like, don't threaten someone to manipulate them. But anyways, we'll get there, and that angry reaction when we get there. But yeah, right now, we've finally broken out of our kind of depression, and we're hanging out with Jacob. That's what's happening right now. Also, I was thinking about, for my girls that weren't guys, anybody who read Wattpad werewolf stories, I imagine when you get in fate, when you get fate involved, I imagine that Edward leaving Bella was what rejection, when you rejected the mate bond in a werewolf story would feel like. I know it talks about physical pain, but I think the pain of emotional, I think that would also be something. It was just a weird thought I had. It's you reject the mate bond, and so you're both in pain and all of that. So I mean, I don't think it's that far off, but just a random thought. Okay, so I officially finished my 24 hours. It did take me 4 days because I like to sleep and I didn't have anybody to keep me accountable. Yes. But I got to about page 354 of New Moon, so I finished 3.5 books. But I'll have to wrap this up a little bit later because I'm about to start therapy, my appointment. So I'm gonna do that and then I'll catch up with you later. Okay, so therapy is done, so I'm back. 24 hours is hard. I didn't even make it very long. Let's see, the first night, it was 9:30 to 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I took a nap because I had a nesting party the next day, which was planned after I had planned on doing this readathon with my friend, but I wanted to do both still, so I tried. I don't know. I know to start in the morning, after I woke up, so I could get a full day reading that way instead of starting at night, because I think I set myself up for failure with that one, but there's not many days that I could just set aside to do that, as I have to study and do things with my life most times that I can't just waste a whole day. It's not wasting, but you know what I mean. But if you have that time, give it a try. I finished 3.5 books, and actually, since the last clip, I have finished New Moon, but that is outside of the 24 hours. But I hope you enjoyed. I don't know if all the clips are gonna flow seamlessly, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching and being here in the Crazy Cozy Corner with me. I appreciate you being here. Like, subscribe, share, comment. I love to hear what you guys have to say. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.